Hello, my name is Lumiel, and this is the Bloodborne Lorethrough, where we play through Bloodborne and discuss the lore as it's revealed through cutscenes, dialogue, item descriptions, and environmental storytelling, which we're in a very powerful spot for that right now. In the previous episode, we played through the opening part of the fishing Hamlet, and we saw the death of Simon the Harrowed Hunter, and then took his key and actually killed the body form of the invading assassin of the healing church, Brador, who may still invade us going forward. I don't remember if he invades after we've killed his body, but we're going to continue along these rooftops, making our way towards the shore that we were able to see from that view up above, and are able to see right there. So, let's get going. Well, that is one reason I don't like this rune. So, there seems to be a mage type character there, and a patrolling spearman there. And nothing really hidden behind this. So let's cross this bridge. Bloodied armbands. I think this is part of Brador's set. If so, it should be next to Brador's testimony. Yep. Brador donned a compatriot's beastly scalp and hide while still moist with blood. Most of the blood stains on this hide were from that day. So it seems he never fell victim to the beast scourge and became a cleric beast, but he killed a compatriot that was a cleric beast and perhaps felt the guilt of it. Alright, so he drops quicksilver bullets. There seems to be, well, there is a ladder, so I might actually drop down there. Let's just take a look around first. If I remember right, I think it's kind of a hectic area. Let's get out our torch though. So we've seen the Beast Scourge in Yharnam, where everyone seems to be a wolf-style beast, you know, just kind of getting hairier and more mammal-like. And yes, I know we're already mammals, but hairy mammal-like. And then in Canehurst, we saw perhaps another form where they kind of turned more into the blood lickers, and this might be another one, or I will say it is, and they've turned more like sea life. By the way, the fact that we picked up Brador's solely gloves, I think, confirms that we're not going to see the invasions of Brador, because we took care of his body right away. Let's pick up our quicksilver bullets. And we can hear them down below. See how tough they are. Tough enough to survive that. Alright, so I'll stop messing around with that. I had dropped down there. Is there nothing up above? By the way, I do believe there's stuff down below. You can kind of see through the slats here. But we will get to that eventually. Is there nothing above except taking care of the magic user, which is not useless? No, there is a significant thing up here. So. We are in an area. I want to use the monocular. Where they seem to be kind of farming the slugs that we've seen in barrels. So we can drop down and get over there, and that takes us back up over there and over here, or we can go this way. Let's just see. Yeah, let's get him over here first. Alright, now we will drop down, go over to the other side. And then here's where the one that came over to us was. Now look. These look like large, empty snail shells. And we see the little slug cephalopod type looking things below. We have seen a thing in the snail pod before. And we'll get to that. We'll see more of them soon. Let's deal with him. Check our back. We're still good so far. Alright. There's a couple over there. Yeah, there's nothing over here except more of these large snail shells. What we saw before that I'm referring to, we saw in the Hunter's Nightmare. A slug type person fell from the sky in a snail shell. So we're going to go down there, but I feel like those guys would be a pain in our butt while we're messing around down there. So let's first... Okay, he already sees us. So let's keep moving. Let's deal with him first. Alright. Okay, there's another. There he is. Alright. That's how I prioritize them anyways, because they will stun you while you're fighting the others. This at least gives you time to focus on them. Okay. So, these guys were not really harming anyone. They were just doing their farming. And up here is where we fought them. It's just different paths to the same area. So, I could have come across this way. But instead I came across this way. Over here, we have a door that opens from this side. That takes us up to our lamp. So, it's a pretty good shortcut. And then brings us in here. And let's take a look down there. So lots of these slugs and lots of the shells. There's a ladder. So let's go there. Remember, we still had a path down to the water area in the fishing hamlet that we can go back to. In the meantime, this brings us down to this very nasty area. So all we see are slugs everywhere, kind of shimmering in the water, and items to draw our attention, and no enemies. So, oh, what do you know? There are the enemies. Let's heal. Let's take a look. So slug type creatures, not that dissimilar from the students lost in the nightmare. Just be careful and don't run out there and you'll be fine. Ah, still active. Okay. And that's it in this area. It was meant to draw you back to that item and be ambushed. So moving forward, watch out for the same type of thing. Okay. I'm just going to take care of these before I really start pushing into the nooks and crannies of the corners. And here was the one that jumped out of its shell. Okay. We have more of these quick moving ones that will jump through. Bloody trousers, more of Brador's gear, lead elixir. Okay, let's take a look. So we can again, all vistas kind of keep pointing us at that, whatever that is on the shore. Just keep in mind, we learned that the first hunters and Bergenworth did some incredible sin here. We know that there is a mother whose wrath the priest not asked us, he was kind of talking to himself, but asked that her wrath be seen through, and that the child be pitied. So just keep that in mind as kind of the theme of this, and this place was the secret that Maria felt so ashamed of and stood vigil to lock away. I think both protecting the people here and also hiding her shame. And in this cave, we will eventually come to a familiar, let's call it a familiar sound and a familiar enemy. And I'm not referring to that one. Let's see where else we can go. You could hear it there, by the way. In the meantime, I guess we gotta do this. So, we could drop down there, but we will come to that spot a different way. Okay, there's where we picked up the bloodied trousers. I don't think they will say anything new, by the way. But let's check. Nope, same description as the wraps. Okay. So there's another item. We could have gone through that door and across the rooftops again. I am going to cross over and come in the way we came in. Return the way we came in, I mean. Over here. Alright. And here is where we killed that guy. And then across here is where I was saying we could drop down into the lower water area. And here might be where I was saying it kind of seemed like a hectic, dangerous area, because there's all kinds of ambushes, there's exploding barrels, so just be prepared when you go in there. Alright. I'm trying to take care of what we can on the first level though, before, or the rooftops before I head down. More exploding barrel down below, so I think this is the end of the road as far as the rooftops. That is meant to make you go, oh my god, I gotta get in there. And then exploding barrels. And it might be worth it if you need the materials. Let me heal up and I'll go ahead and we'll land. See, backed away. And that actually took care of them, so. So if you need bloodstone chunks, might have been worth it. Even if you died. Depends how bad you needed them. Okay. So we've got a bunch of hunters, a bunch of dogs, barrels. And I've got quicksilver bullets, so. Alright. And see? Even if you... There would be even more if you had just jumped down in there. Alright, so there's a ladder to get back to where we dropped down from. Okay, and there's an item around this corner. And an enemy. Alright. So now, we have to be careful because at a certain point it drops off. So don't just run out there. I feel like that's something I'm going to say right before I drop off, but okay. And then down here you're fine, so grab this item. The last of his garb. And like I said before, I'm sure it just repeats the same description, but beast hide garb. It just expands. It's saying the same thing, but beast hide, compatriots beastly scalp and hide while still moist with blood. And he wore it with the blood on. I don't know if there's any point to get up there, but I just wanted to see if I can. Nope. Okay. That would have gotten us up there if we could have. Okay, there's an item over there. Kind of right beneath us. Well, that won't get us there. Okay. It's very quiet now. Probably doesn't matter, but there is an item right out there, so actually that leads me to think it does matter because it's going to have you walk along the ocean drop-off to get back here. It's a blood gem, which can be very helpful. Alright. So now we'll just make our way back to the slug farm, I guess I would call it. Trying to remember how to get back there. Because you can't just drop down from here. There's the shortcut entrance. Here's the ladder down. Pretty much our only direction down that's at least visible. Then we more or less have a wall between us. Okay. So back up. I am probably confusing my FromSoft games, but I could have sworn there was like an elevator. Whoops. Not what I intended, but that proves that it would not have been a reasonable way to drop. But we can get right back there. Okay. I think we can backtrack from... Oh yeah. There is an elevator on the other side of that door. So what we will do is... we don't want to head out this way. We want to go out the shortcut that we opened to the slug factory. So right across this is where these casters are that we need to take care of first. Now just take care of these guys attacking you. I will collect my quicksilver bullets. There'll be a ladder down, and we have to go through that cave again, so... bet we don't have to go through every ambush here. We just need to deal with this one that's going to jump at us. And then I guess we didn't take care of her. Okay, and then there's going to be the caster at the end here. Okay. Then we had... So that's where we came in. That's where we collected Brador's stuff. Then there's the side path. Which we can hear a winter lantern singing, so we have to watch out for Frenzy. Just in case we do induce Frenzy, let's do something first. Can Coldblood an open door here, which is right back at the lamp. So here's our new shortcut. We can take that elevator up, or down. That's interesting. Why even have that? Okay, so there's no upper elevator that we could then ride up, as has been used in Dark Souls games. But there is the inverse of that. When we're down here, we're over a pit. So we're gonna send it up. We're gonna take the ladder down. And we're going to collect this blood gem and go back up. Remember, we have at least one winter lantern wandering around singing. So there was the device to bring the elevator. Man, it's so dark. Even with this. Okay. Singing's coming from over there. Great One's wisdom. And we can see all of these snail women without the shells just kneeling and praying off in that direction. That should give you a foreboding feeling that we're not ready for. In addition to the winter lantern, we have slug women running around. Look how fast their reflexes are, too. There. As soon as he was facing me, I was taking damage. Okay, so that's how we get over to where we're going. There's where the other winter lantern is. He may not turn around, so he was just starting to, I think. Okay, so this brings us to the cave where we fought the two whale creatures. Luckily, we don't have to go back in there. But that leaves only one area to go. Well, well, 2, if you count the area we're not going to go, which had all the snail women lining the pathway. But this brings us to where we accidentally dropped to. And we have a caster there. So we're going to keep moving until we can get to him. Good enough. Alright, anything back in this corner? No. I didn't even know the caster was back there. We found him by accident. Okay. So obviously we have that drawing our eye. That's where we're heading. She's going to not jump, apparently. Blood Rock, which allows you to fully upgrade a weapon. So those are worth that whole journey. So I think that brings us to the end here. I thought I ran past them earlier. Okay, so that leaves us with the area to go, which is, I'll go ahead and actually call this back and show the run back here. I am going to change my gear, but we'll do that between episodes. And here is the path to the boss, but he's going to beat you, so when you come down here, send the elevator back up. That way when you do a run back, you don't have to wait on it to come back up. And if you do happen to beat him and don't need it, great. But yeah, so the run back will be, if you die here, you go through here, down the elevator, and then we're heading over there. So that's where I'm saying you just run over it and send it back up. And you'll run through here, and that will take you to the boss arena, the final boss of this area, the final boss of the DLC, and lore-wise I consider it the final boss, but there is no means to fight him after the in-main game final boss. So we are going to end the episode here, and in the next episode we will be fighting the Orphan of Kaz. So please check it out.